This is Rabbi Sampson with a Kirov moment. Many people feel, when they think about Judaism, that, you know what, I don't want to get involved in Judaism because it's going to take away all of my pleasure. I feel laws, restrictions, I want to enjoy my life. So we want to dispel this myth that Judaism will take away their pleasure from life. So how do we do that? So you can ask the following question. Ask them, you know, what would you say if someone asked you, what is it that Judaism says that we're in this world for? What does a religious Jew feel? What would a religious Jew answer to that question? What would you think? And it's very interesting to hear his or her answer. And in my experience, people will say, well, religious Jews think that they're here to do God's will, to do his mitzvot, his commandments, to believe in him, to be better people, to make the world a better place, to be a light to the nations. And all of those answers are beautiful answers, and they're true. And let them know that. But share with them the following. One of the ways that we deal with this question is by noting that the relationship that we have with God is the relationship of a parent to a child. We relate to God in our prayers as Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King. The Almighty is like a father to us, and therefore we're like his children. Does that make sense? And they'll always say, yes, that makes sense. They've heard of that. So the next step would be, well, if that's true, and we are the children of the creator of the universe, if we can understand what is it that parents ultimately want for their children, that will give an indication of what it is that the Almighty really wants for us. So you ask them, what is it that you really want for your children? Or if they don't have children, you can ask them, what is it that your parents' bottom line want for you? And they will almost always get it. That even though they might say that they want me to be successful, they want me to settle down, they want me to be healthy, they want me to be independent, but the bottom line of it all is they want me to be happy. I just want you to be happy. And we know this to be true because, for example, when my son is laughing and giggling and happy, oh, does that make me feel good. But on the other hand, if he's in a mood and he's crying and we can't stop him crying and whatever it is, he's very upset, boy, does that hurt as well. And children grow up knowing this. They know that, you know what, Mum, Dad, if you're not going to give me the car keys today, I'll just be miserable the whole day. We use this understanding to manipulate our parents because we know that bottom line is, my parents want me to be happy. And therefore, what that means is that the Almighty wants us to have tremendous pleasure in this world and the next. And it makes sense because the Almighty is an infinite being who needs nothing. And therefore, there's nothing that we can do for the Almighty. It's not that when we pray and we say the great, the mighty, and the awesome, that God goes, yippee! Yeah, no, I was feeling a little bit down today. My ego was a little bit low. Now I'm feeling a little bit better. Anybody else want to say something to me today? We understand that's ridiculous. The Almighty doesn't need our prayers. So if the Almighty doesn't need our prayers, who are the prayers for? If it's not for him, obviously the prayers are for us. The Almighty doesn't need us to serve him. If the service isn't for him, who is it for? Obviously, it's for us. Every single mitzvah that we do is a way of growing, of developing, of allowing the Almighty to give to us. And this is what the Torah is. The Torah is Torat Chaim, instructions for living. It's a manual on how to get the most out of life. We don't do anything for the Almighty. The Almighty gave us an instruction manual. The Torah, it's all for us to get the greatest pleasures in life. This is Rabbi Sampson with a Kirov moment.